Jesus in the fire, Jesus in the darkness over me. Jesus in the fire, Spirit of holy, Jesus. Okay, someone is online. Oh, Redo, thank you. You're welcome. Another person have joined. Sorry, we are back. The network just went away. I was even trying to see if I can connect to my what do you call it? My service provider. That's my hotspot, but it's back. Let's hope it's not going to disturb us again. This has never happened, but it is today. Oh, Yeti baby, you're welcome. Kemi, you're welcome. Taiwo, you are welcome. Oredo, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining in again. It's been a while. It's been like a break of 2 months. It wasn't intentional. It's been busy. A lot of things, you know, that you need to combat with. But thank God we are here now, and we believe that a couple of weeks to come, we will be consistent again. So today, we're going to be handling topic that I believe will benefit both married and singles. Most of the time, all the topic we handle, though I do hear feedback from the married that they really benefited from it. So thank you, Joy. You're welcome for watching. Thank you for watching. So we have had a lot of feedback from married, how the topic we've treated thus far have really benefited them, but we actually targeted them towards the singles. But this one, we particularly design it in such a way that both married and singles can, you know, benefit. If you are single, is that you already have this awareness, so that when you get there, you know what to expect. And then if you are married and you can relate, you know, you'll be able to adjust here and there, and then it will be of great help to you. So thank you for coming again tonight. And the topic, as you must have seen on our platform, the page is, we've posted it there. We have a main topic. It is called Notable Causes of Conflict in Marriage. There are a lot of things that causes that causes conflict in relationship, in marriage, but I just tried to see major ones that I want to talk about. They are just 5 in numbers. The personalities in marriage or a relationship, poor communication, sex, money matters, extended family, that is the in-laws. And as we go on, if I feel I need to pick 1 or 2 more, I will definitely do so. But I just feel that these 5 ones I've picked now, they are major ones that, you know, a lot of people battle with. And these days, there are a lot of negative perception about marriage. I don't know if I've mentioned it here. Few weeks ago, we were talking with someone that we thought, oh, she should be married because she's of a marriageable age, and we just asked, oh, are you married? Then the response was like, you people don't like me. Why should you be asking me about marriage? She said, no. I'm too young for such trouble. I'm not ready for that now. I was shocked, and the other guy we were talking about too was shocked. That's how some persons, perceive marriage now, because of experiences they've seen around them, either directly or indirectly. But actually, God designed marriage to be a blessing. Marriage is a gift from God, and it affects our life positively in so many areas. It provides platform for you to enjoy the power of two. It provides you or give you the opportunity, you know, to when the Bible says two are better than one. It's a marriage, you can actually feel it. It possibly impacted your life, you know, economically. Ecclesiastes 9:9 says, two people are better than one, for they can help each other succeed. Another version say, if one is down, another will pick up. Or if one is cold, another will warm up. That is the power of two. It also impacts our life spiritually. The scriptures in Deuteronomy 32:30 says, one person shall chase 1,000, and two will put to flee 10,000. That is, if you are single, you only be able to chase away 10,000. But when you become two, you begin to unlock the power of 10,000. That's another benefit of marriage. And it also impacts us socially also. In Genesis 2:24, remember, I keep saying this is a Christian marriage counseling group. So socially, Genesis 2:24 says that the two are united and they become one. You have one friend for life. That's why they call it life partner. That you don't have anybody around you to talk to, you don't have confidant, you don't have who just partner. It's not going to be so, because you married, supposed to be friend for life. That is how it helps us. It also improves our mental health. You know, the Bible also in that Genesis 2, I think 25, yes, the following verse, the Bible talked about the fact that the man and the wife, they were naked and they were not ashamed. That is, they were vulnerable to each other. There's one person you see can say, he see me finish. Nothing to hide, no secrets. That is how it's supposed to be. And when you have that, you have someone you pour your heart to. You don't have anything you lock up in your mind. Oh, I don't know who I can share this one with. I don't know who I can talk to. We know in physical, or in, what do I mean by physical? Anyway, this is what we're talking is in the Bible. You know, experientially, it's not like that. A lot of couples don't even talk less of confiding in one another. But that is not how God designed it. So God designed marriage, you know, to be things that, you know, pure openness. You are open to one another. So those are the benefits of marriage, and that is why it's good we get it right. So fast forward to today's topic, which is personalities in marriage. When people talked about marriage, about how bad marriage is, the way they talked about it, you would think it is that 8-letter words that form the word marriage that is the problem. As though human beings don't have parts to play in all the negativity they talked about in marriage, how some marriages can be so troublesome. It's as though it's that word marriage that is the problem, which is not actually so. And that's where we want to talk about, you know, the personality in marriage, that is the parties in marriage. The success of the marriage depends on them. The failure of the marriage also depends on them. When we talk about conflict, let us not be thinking maybe we are talking about war. Disagreements, you know, when we don't agree. And we have said it that disagreement or conflict is inevitable in almost all human interactions, whether at workplace, whether family members, whether with brethren in church, even in the neighborhood. All human interactions, it is almost inevitable that there will be no disagreement, there will be no, you know, conflict. I want at this stage remind us, I'm sure a lot of us, especially that are online now, must have heard that parable, the parable of the blind men and the elephants, where the blind men were taken to go and feel elephant. Each of them were to just feel, you know, because they can't see, they can only feel the elephant with their hands, and they were just to feel a particular part of the elephant. Some touch the body, some touch the tusk, and then they were now to describe what an elephant look like. And when everyone started explaining what elephants look like, they were like, no, it is not the same elephant I feel that you are talking about. It was as bad as they began to suspect one another as like you are telling lie. Why? Because their perception differs. What they felt differed, and that's why actually the moral of that parable is that what causes conflict or what causes disagreement is because my view, my perception is different from yours. You are not seeing it from my own angle, and I'm not seeing it from your own angle. So I'll be saying my own as though I'm the right one, and you are saying your own as though you are the right one, and that is the way the conflicts happen. But there are healthy and there are also unhealthy conflict. Like Taiwo asked question on the platform that she heard, or she few times she has heard couples say that we don't quarrel, we don't disagree, or we don't argue. So sorry, that's the word she used. We don't argue. So what I think they are saying is that yes, we have conflict, we have disagreement, but not the unhealthy one. We're going to be talking about or differentiating or explaining what make a conflict healthy and what make a conflict unhealthy later. But for now, I want to just talk about some personalities to describe, what I am trying to talk about. What few personalities around us, and I'm sure as I mentioned them, especially their characteristics, their future, their signs, you'll be able to relate with them. You remember one neighbor, you remember one brother, you remember one sister, even yourself. You will know that, oh, maybe this is actually me. They are talking about here. I don't know how many of us that have heard a person being described as a high conflict person. Who is a high conflict person? This one is the person that always blame another person. Anything that happens, he is an angel. He will never accept blame. He must push the blame, even when it is so obvious that you did this. No, he must blame another person. Somebody must be the cause why he or she behave like that. So they never accept blame for anything. They have intense emotion. When they want to express whether their anger or their likeness for something, the way they will go about it, even you will be like, is not this serious? They have intense emotion, and especially when they want to get angry, those are the people that as though the heaven wants to fall. If you are the fearful type, immediately they are talking, your heart is in your mouth. You'll be like, what is happening here? As though they want to put fire in their house. Those are the people that they describe as having a high conflict person. They get easily angry. They are the one that will fight this one, fight this one. You know them as the little explanation I've given will be able to relate with it. Then we have some they describe as strong personality. I'm sure you are also familiar with that one. Who is someone that is who is that person that can be described as having a strong personality? They are hard worker. Someone that is outspoken, always see the big picture, is domineering, he is bossy, he's the leader, he's in an environment, he's the one that wants to be listened to. They really take no for an answer, and they take quick decision. They are quick decision maker. That is a strong personality person. We also have some that have timid personality. They lack confidence or courage to express themselves. They are not confrontational. They are naturally submissive because anything goes. Just, I beg, let my people go. I beg, I don't want wahala. If that is how you want it, that is so be it, Easily submissive, self-doubting that because they don't even have confidence in themselves. They doubt themselves. They are not confident of what their natural abilities are. They are not self-aware, or even if they are, they don't believe so much in it that they can now put it forward. They are easily apprehensive, very fearful. They easily have panic attack. Those are timid personality. Then we have introvert person. I'm sure we also know about that. They love their space. They feel comfortable to stay alone. They don't love crowd. They prefer to write than talk. If you ask them to what happened in a matter of 15 minutes, they've written like 4 or 5 pages, because that is their space. That is where they enjoy more. They have few friends, but if those two they have, even if it is two, those few they have, they will almost choke life out of the person. That is the type of how introvert person behave. Then we have the extroverted person, also outgoing, high self-esteem. They are the see me, they want notice me, that kind of person. The lover of crowd. They are the light of party. Then they are sociable and they are friendly. Anywhere they are, people get along, or they themselves get along with people. So these are few examples to explain when I'm saying that it is personality in marriage, that is giving reason for conflict. So with this different personality, the way they handle conflict differs. If a timid person is angry, the way he's going to express his or herself definitely is going to be different with someone that's having strong personality or a high conflict person. Now imagine if someone that is maybe introverted, hardly can express herself, now begins to have some traits of a timid personality, now marry someone that have a high conflict trait, or we mentioned that they have intense emotion, and that person will say, this is what you do, I am not going to. This one that is apprehensive, her heart will be like boom, boom, boom. What have I just done? What have I do this thing? It will do. Fine, you can say your partner or your husband is bad, is ugly, but that is his own personality. Whether it is weakness or strength, that is not what we are saying. But letting you see how those personality clash and causes conflict is what we are talking about here. There is actually personality clashes that we call conflicts in relationship, especially in marriage. If you are naturally a fearful person, immediately this strong personality person begin to express his own emotion, whether in anger, whether in a positive one, the way you are going to see it is going to be different. You want to have heart attack because of the way you say. As a result, you even drop inside the better. You will not be able to talk. I'm sure you must have heard where people say, me and my husband, we don't talk. Even if they want to talk, it's going to end in quarrel. These are the reasons. One is not able to push for what he wanted to say. The other is overbearing, dominating. He will not even almost allow the other person to express herself. But if the personality is hey, and the other one say ha, after a while, the one that is say hey will simmer down, so that because this one is not going to tolerate it. But if you say hey, and this other one do like this, and another day, who is in this house? What did you people do here? Who put this shoe here? I have this food is not ready, and then the person will come. What did I do? By the time maybe the husband is just coming back from work, either he hear a tap on the door, or he hear the the horn of the car, I had to be like, God, hey, and the food is not ready. And the children have scattered the house. So, and because that is you, who you are, because you are fearful in nature. Any other person will manage that other high conflict man, and he will not have panic attack because it is not in his own traits. So just why I use that one I explain those personality types so that we can see the interplays and how they conflict with one another. So I will now go back to the healthy and unhealthy conflict that we talked about. Healthy conflict is based on mutual trust and respect. Yes, we will have conflict. You will disagree, like you have said, is inevitable. But when we are talking about the inevitability of conflict, we are talking about healthy type of conflict. Healthy type of conflict allow everybody to state their perception, to state their view, Nobody is shouting you down. Nobody is talking over you or talking you down. You say your own, I say my own. You know, at the end of the day, there is a compromise. There is a shift in position because we are able to listen to one another. It will not degenerate to and the way we begin to be aggressive towards one another. So the healthy conflict builds commitment. In one of the posts I made towards this program, this one we are doing today, I mentioned that conflict builds relationship. It is healthy conflict that builds relationship. The one that turns to gbas, talk anyhow to ourselves, insult ourselves, will never and can never build any relationship, especially marriage relationship. So healthy conflict builds commitment. It helps to understand different perspectives. If I listen to you, like I do tell people around me, one offense you can offend me, that will hurt me to my bone, is if you don't give me listening here, you shut me down. I'm talking to you, say no, you don't kill me with that. So, and it is not only me. I read about it. The best way, the highest form of respect you can show to someone is to give the person a listening ear. Allow the person to express himself or herself. When I relate with someone and he says, I don't want to hear, I'm like, who are you? Even God, that is the creator of heaven and earth, that owns you and I, he says in his word, bring your strong reason, let us reason together. If God can allow me to reason with him, who are you that you tell me you don't want to hear me? You don't want me to say my own. So, listening to one another, we are able to understand where you come from. At the end of the day, we see that, oh, wow, we are actually saying the same thing most of the time. Or we are heading towards the same place most of the time. So, healthy conflict helps to understand different perspectives. It also increases security. I know you are going to listen to me. I know I can pour out my heart to you. I know whatever I say, you are going to listen, and then you are going to tell me how you view. And you allow me, all my stupidity, in quote, allow me to pour it out. I feel so safe. I feel so secure in you. That's how we say, or the next point is it promotes vulnerability and openness. If I have that ambience where I can say how I feel freely, then I'll be so open, and anything happens in my life, I know I can pour it with my spouse. So unhealthy relationship is avoidable, but the unhealthy conflicts, that is not what we want. We should actually avoid that one. But the healthy conflict is the one we say it's unavoidable, and that is what we should promote in our relationship, especially the relationship of husband and wife. Unhealthy conflict is very disruptive. Like I've mentioned, it spoils relationship. What's the essence of me and my husband? Or yes, we cannot sit down and we cannot talk. We've seen instances where a spouse is with his or her, is married though, but yet he or she has confident outside that he can relate to or she can relate to. Why should it be? Your spouse should be your best friend, should be your one and only friend. Or every other one can be additional. You must find friendship in one another. So if you have unhealthy conflict, you are not going to be able to enjoy that kind of benefit. So it's destructive. It increases negativity. You will not be able to see. That's why some persons are talking about marriage as though it's a bad thing, or they sentence them to prison if you ask them to come and marry. It increases negativity. One party is overbearing. That's one of the traits of we're having unhealthy conflict. One party is overbearing. He claims superiority. You just have to listen to what I am saying. Just listen. Just obey me. Sometimes it happens in men. Sometimes it happens in female. It might be common in one than the other, but it's actually in both ends that it happens. It is lack of respect and lack of trust that actually causes such unhealthy conflict. Because if you have respect for your partner, you will listen to his or her. There will be no use of abusive language. You will just be you will stay on the point, on the reason for the argument, on the reason for the conflict, without saying, are you stupid? Are you mad? Is your father? Is your mother? That is not how relationship be? It deter progress, because once there is unhealthy conflict, the heavens of the home is polluted, you cannot pray together, blessing cannot come there, because it is only by going by the counsel of Psalm 133, it is when there is unity in hope that the blessings of God flow there. It prevents bonding. You can't have confidence, you cannot discuss with one another. How do you want to bond? It's not going to be possible. Meanwhile, the Bible says that the two shall become one flesh. How can you become one flesh when you are not even seeing eye to eye? You cannot sit down together, you cannot talk together. It also leads to abuse. It is kind of unhealthy conflict that later results in one beating the other, you know, and all sorts of things. The man is abusive, the woman to get abusive, insult their men anyhow, talk to them anyhow. You don't insult your husband, you don't insult your wife, no matter what happened, if there is respect, you know, in that relationship. But like we have said, we've done we've treated some topics before. That's why I just decided to summarize this one. If not, we would have started talking about what makes some persons to behave the way they behave, you know, an introvert, an extrovert, the high conflict person, a strong personality. What is the genesis? But we've done topics on how to build a solid foundation for successful marriage. You can go and listen to, if you are listening to me and this is the first time you are, you know, listening to us in this marriage campus for single. For singles, we've done some topics there that talk about how nature and nurture build us and made us who we are today, and express different personalities, and how we actually can also overcome them, because that's whole essence of talking about this. So how do we prevent this personality clash? We've said it before and I'm going to say it again. You need to be self-aware. You need to understand your own personality type. For example, when I know that I'm someone that's fearful in nature, if my partner is coming with all the, and I know that is who he is, because the second one is understand your partner personality. Understand your own personality, understand your partner's personality. If I know my partner is an overbearing person, if I know is someone of a strong or intense emotion, when he's expressing his or her anger, I'll just keep quiet. I'm not going to say anything, but I will refuse to panic. I refuse to be afraid, because I've come to realize that is my own weakness. I'm not afraid because of what he's doing. I'm afraid because of whom I am, what my weaknesses are. So knowing your personality, knowing the personality type of your friend is also very important. If you get to our YouTube page, even on this Facebook Live, we have treated a lot of topics where we have really elaborated on the issue of personality type. But we have a YouTube page. It's also called Marriage Campus for Singles. You can also go and listen. We've done emotional intelligence. We talked about this one at length, you know, under the emotional intelligence topic. So the third one is seek help if need be. If you are having challenges, conflicts in this area, please seek help from a professional person. Don't just walk up to someone, or because it's my church pastor. It's not everybody that have the grace. Some might even add more to your problem. So especially if you're a child of God, pray and let God guide you on who to talk about. Yes, thank you, our class rep. You have given us the summary as usual, how to prevent personality clash. So thank you. We're going to be rounding it up here today. So we have 4 more episodes to go, except if there is need to add more. I want to believe that we'll also be online, but I'm not sure if it's going to be happening exactly 1 week as we used to be, because of other things that I am, you know, that is taking my time. But if it will be, you will get to know during the week. If not, unfailingly fortnight will be online again. So thank you very much. I want to believe that we are able to learn 1 or 2 things in today's edition. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye.